everyone. Welcome to the Frontstretch watch party for the Chicago Street Race Round 2 of the Mid-Season Challenge. Mike Neff here, the grumpy old man, is kicking things off to start things up. Our dear friend Trey Lyle is caught in traffic at the moment, so he will be here momentarily. I saw Mike Massie was originally signed in, but I don't see him at the moment, so I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe he's out searching for his hat. We never know. Looking forward to seeing this race today. Hopefully, we'll get to see a real race and not a who can survive without damaging their car event, because that was quite frustrating yesterday, seeing qualifying where two of your fastest people in practice don't even get to make a qualifying lap because they bumped into the concrete barriers during the practice time. On the plus side, we've got 10 vehicles that have gone to the rear for the start of this race. So we are going to have some real heavy hitters coming from the very back of the pack. And that is going to be an exciting thing to watch as this all plays out. There was a question I saw on the X today about how they decide on starting positions. Hello, Mike Massie.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing? I'm good. We're just doing a little intro here, getting ready to rock and roll. Trey Lyle is stuck in traffic, so he'll be here as soon as he can. I see you once again. We're unable to find your hat for our watch party. I don't know what we have to do to get you on that plan.
Oh, are you gonna do something for me to put it on?
No, I think we need to provide punishment if you don't put it on is what needs to happen. Look at it. Oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen. It is official.
Had to have a dramatic reveal.
That is fantastic. So who's your pick for this thing as we're getting ready to go green?
I think Alex Palou is going to win.
That's awesome. You're in the wrong race, my friend.
That's why I'm on my phone right now, because I got the IndyCar race on the TV and NASCAR on the laptop.
So, I came up here rushing to get this thing kicked off because I watched the DVR of the F1 race, and it literally ended for me at like 10 after. So I had to grab all my crap and run up here and get it all plugged in and set up and go to the bathroom real quick.
Who won that? I didn't get to see the F1 race.
Norris won his first win at his home track.
Nice.
It was controversial, of course, because during a safety car, Piastri was the leader, and they were the safety car went to pull away, and Piastri basically stopped in the middle of the track. And Verstappen kind of went by, and Norris came up next to him. And so then he gets going again, and they start the race, but they reviewed it, and they gave him a 10-second penalty for driving erratically under a safety car. And because of that, Norris ends up getting the top spot and was able to. Verstappen was doing battle at the front, and after that safety car, and so when they slowed him down, they went to take off, and he lost it coming into the last corner and spun and went all the way back to 8th. So clawed his way back up to 5th to finish in the top 5. But the real story of the day, Nico Hülkenberg. First ever career podium. 293 starts before a podium finish. That is outstanding for him. He is basically the Kenny Wallace of F1.
And he's a guy that you thought his career was over like a couple times.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah. But no, to answer your question, I picked in our front stretch. I mean, obviously everyone's going to pick SVG, but in our front stretch picks, I saw everyone picking there. So I figured I needed to do something outside the box, and I went with Briscoe. I feel like he's pretty good on road courses, has a good car, and he was fast. He's 6th right now.
He was fast in qualifying, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, started the season 6th. Wait a minute. How was Kyle Busch in 3rd? The post that Pockrass put out said that Busch had to go to the back for unapproved adjustments.
Maybe Pockrass was
apparently he didn't. Apparently he did not.
I guess not.
Well,
Who is your
that could
pick?
be highly interesting
Who's your pick?
because Bush is one of three. Bush is one of three drivers to finish in the top 10 in both of the previous runnings of the Chicago Street Race. My pick is one of the other two who has finished in the top 10 both of Chicago Street Races. That is Tyler Reddick. I think Reddick will have a chance. And the reason I went anti-SVG was the thought process that everybody's on board with him, and a mechanical, somebody bumps into him, one wheel put wrong, which he never does, but you never know. But I mean, we saw it with Heim and with Elliott and with Byron. The slightest brush of a wall at this place can damage your toe link, and it ruins your whole day. And if that happens to SVG, there's the vast majority of the NASCAR fantasy world is going to come crashing down because they all picked SVG in this thing.
Hey, don't look now, but SVG is not leading this race.
He is not. Michael McDowell, man.
Michael McDowell. And McDowell, I mean, if his car is as good as he was that Indy GP a couple of years ago, you might want to look out.
Absolutely. He can freaking wheel it on a street course. Why is William Byron running so slow?
McDowell, everyone was talking about Ty Gibbs at Mexico, but McDowell also got burned by that caution.
Yeah, he did.
And got ahead of Gibbs. And I want to say he finished third or something like that. He finished somewhere up there, higher than Ty Gibbs. So, yeah, if things go a little differently in Mexico.
Can't be right. This scoreboard thing is jacking up.
What's wrong with it?
Well, right now they're showing that Van Gisbergen's in second, 24 seconds behind McDowell and dropping. Now it's 1 second. Now it's 1 second. That seems far more practical.
We got the pile up. Am I ahead of you?
You must be ahead of me. Which is weird because being on TNT, we should be the same.
I'm watching on Max because I got the TV on Fox.
That's right, because you're on your phone, and I'm on the YouTube TV streaming. So, yes, we do have a pile up. Holy cannolis!
Hocevar,
and we got people still piling in the back like an ARCA wreck.
Hocevar just pounded the wall.
Well, that makes me happy that it didn't take Hocevar in my league where we have a 4-man roster and we start 2 of them every week.
I was trying to see who all is in that. Oh, I don't.
There's a bunch. You got Ty. Yeah, I believe that's Ty Dillon in it, or is that Austin?
Allmendinger.
No, that's
got
Austin.
A piece of it.
Austin Allmendinger. Check it up though. He just kind of got bumped. That's Busher in the Kroger car, isn't it?
Is it Busher or is it Keselowski? That's a 6.
Is that Keselowski? Okay. It's a wad of them, I'll tell you that.
The pickle car, Gilliland. Will Brown. I wanted to see what Will Brown could do.
Did he get stuck in it?
Yeah, Will.
I want to see Will Brown surprise everybody and get like a top 5.
Right.
That'd be awesome. Dang, some of these grills are all squished.
Okay. So Keselowski tried to check up for it, and whoever was behind him just plowed him into it.
That would look like Suarez. Good God, Hocevar missed that by a mile.
Yeah, it was Suarez. You're right. Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, Suarez killed him.
Like
who is that? Will Brown comes sailing in there with the ARCA wreck.
His V8 supercars have better braking.
I'm guessing. Because that was bad.
Yeah, gridlock in Chicago.
Happens all the time.
Let's see. They got the list there. Herbst.
They're going caution right now. I got to think you're going to have to go red because the freaking road.
The track's blocked.
How is this not a red? They crushed the pit.
I could see some smoke coming out of Gilliland's car. I think he might be done.
So we have Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, Will Brown, AJ Allmendinger, Todd Gilliland, Riley Herbst, Carson Hocevar, Daniel Suarez, all involved. 8 cars involved in the mix-up. Plus, you had like people that snuck by and got a little love tap on the way through that aren't getting included in that.
Yeah, like AJ.
Yeah. So my 2-person team that I picked for this, I picked McDowell and Ty Gibbs to be good finish.
I mean, you're looking good so far. You get any credit for
early.
leading laps?
No.
Okay.
Kind of like NASCAR. They don't give you credit for leading laps anymore. I wish they would bring that.
I know. Like, it was fun seeing somebody stay out or something to try to get the most laps led.
Well, and I think I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago on the watch party. I used to argue with Kyle Petty about that all the time.
Yeah.
Because he's running at the back of the pack. So every race, if you stay out on the first caution and get a point for leading a lap, that's 36 more points a year. Let's give him credit for leading 5 races a year on his own. So that's an extra 31 points that he would score for the year, knowing that he's going to end at the back of the pack anyway because he was running terrible.
Yeah.
And I broke it down for him like 3 years in a row. He would have finished 4 or 5 spots higher in the points at the end of the year if he just stayed out to lead a lap on the first caution every race.
Some of those years where he failed to qualify for races, he might have made those races.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's the thing. Crew chiefs are more aggressive now.
Okay, we are red flagged finally.
Yeah. But I feel like back in the 2000s, crew chiefs were just so conservative about everything.
Absolutely. And that was his point. He's like, I'm not giving up that track position. I'm like, give up track position. You're running 37th out of 40. What difference does it make? They're just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not see any of the IndyCar race because I was watching the F1 race. Did you see any of that?
They are at lap 58 of 90. Palou has led the whole thing, but I think Dixon is trying to stretch it on fuel, as Dixon does.
Well, because that's what Dixon does, yeah.
So
where's our boy Pato? Because he was my pick.
He's 4th right now. He might be 2nd on the regular strategy.
I figured he was going to be somewhere around 4th to start the whole thing, and didn't know if he'd be able to stay up there all day. So that's cool. I also have yet to watch the freaking Xfinity race, thanks to CW's idiocy. But now I understand why I didn't get a recording of the Mexico race, because apparently my local CW they didn't air it.
Oh.
They had Judge Judy on yesterday.
It'd been great if it did record it and you went to watch. It was just 3 hours
and
of
it was,
Judge Judy.
It was 3 hours of Judge Judy. Yeah, I might have shot somebody. But yeah, no, it wasn't even in the guide. It said for qualifying, it was paid programming. I pulled up qualifying, and it was an infomercial about some kind of a supplement. And then I went to find the race, and it said Judge Judy. And I'm just like, now I know why I didn't get the Mexico race. So then I go get the app, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch it on the app. And literally in the description, when you try to play it in the app, it says you are not allowed to watch the live stream other than on TV.
Uh-huh. You can only watch the battle cam.
You'll be able to watch the race after it has finished. You can watch the battle cam or the in-cars. But it said you could watch the race after it's finished. So I come back last night after running some errands and stuff. I pop it in. I'm going to watch it. It says the race will be available tomorrow. And I'm like, so not only can I not watch it because it's not available in my area, but you're going to make me wait a whole day to watch it. It's not like I chose not to be able to watch it live.
Yeah. It doesn't go up till like 9 a.m. Sunday.
Yeah. I was ready to drive down to the local freaking station that runs the thing and starts shooting people.
Well, so my problem is I try to get CW over the bunny ears, and the signal is not strong enough out here. And so I wasn't able to watch. But I went to the app like you're talking about. I was watching the battle cam and listening to MRN, and that was working for a while. But then coming to the end of the race, it says it just leaves like a stagnant camera at like turn 6 or something, and is like the helicopter is now refueling. So so you just have one stationary camera. So yeah.
So I think they're showing that's where Carson Hocevar clipped the inside wall, which is what shot him out to the outside into that outside wall.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. All right. So who we got involved in this? Hocevar is involved, so Reddick will probably advance.
Yeah, let's see who else. Nemechek was involved, but he didn't look too bad.
Yeah, but he's not an advancer. Or wait a minute, yeah, that's only a half of it. So if Keselowski was in, Ty Dillon may end up going on another round.
Ty Dillon's going to win the whole thing.
God, that'll be awesome. That would be amazing. Amazing.
Oh. So the 77, the snap, it broke. the strap broke. They just dropped the car.
Oh, and they're dragging him back to the...
Look at it. The strap carrying it broke.
I don't know if it broke or if it just worked its way loose from the ratchet because it was bouncing so much. Because that's a ratchet strap. I'm thinking it may have just worked its way loose in the ratchet because it was bouncing so much. But yeah, that's not a good look either. Some great paint schemes this weekend. So Kyle Busch did not have to go to the back. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. I really want to see a different winner, dude. I'm really still holding out hope for the 17 winners and 16 races thing. I think we can do it. I think it's possible. Did you just freeze up? You just got a smirk on your face staring at the TV and you're not moving. I'm sad. That's disappointing to say the least. Thank you, Ellen, for the heads up. Ellen letting us know that we're on a red flag, waiting for a restart while we get this parking lot cleaned up out of the track here. Thanks. Appreciate that. Shout out to our number one fan, Molly Castellino, for giving Massie a hard time about his hat. Appreciate that. So we've got predictions for Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and Ellen, who gave us a heads up on the red flag, also saying that Reddick is going to have to contend with Hocevar. Well, that didn't age very well, Ellen. I hate to break the news to you. And then Brock Hayes says SVG is going to win. So now we're apparently moving cars past the damaged cars. I don't understand if we put the caution back out for some silly reason. All right, so you froze on the other camera. You were looking. It was a great smirk face that you left us with.
Yeah, I froze.
That was awesome. This could be interesting, though. We got Busch with a shot. McDowell has a shot. I'm just truly still holding out hope for this 17 winners and 16 races thing. So if we can get another
say McDowell today. Where are we at now? We're at 11? 12?
12, I believe.
12.
I
So
believe it's
McDowell.
12. Yeah, we need 5 more. Yeah, so it's 12.
Okay, and then you could get Reddick could still win somewhere.
Yeah. But
Let's
that's why I'm
see.
wanting to see Busch, because
Busch.
Busch has run well. You know, he ran well at Coda on a street course. So if he could sneak this one, and then we get McDowell next week at Sonoma,
and then you could get
and you still got Allmendinger at Watkins Glen.
okay,
You got
that's
Reddick's got
16
to win
right
a
there.
race.
And then
Yeah, you got
Daytona.
Reddick's got to win a race.
Get somebody like a
And then Daytona's a crapshoot.
Cody
So that would be
Ware.
awesome that you have Daytona and you have somebody win that bumps somebody out of the playoffs in the final regular season race. That would be some high drama.
Somebody
Would
they've
love
been
to see
saying
that.
is in. Oh, their narrative would change that whole week leading up to Daytona.
I'd be fit. And I hate to say it, but it would not surprise me that they would turn around and change the rules and let 17 guys run for the title.
Yeah, they might.
I mean, let's face it, we saw Jeff Gordon get in the playoffs because Clint Boyer had an itch.
Yeah.
So did you get to watch any local racing this weekend?
Not this weekend.
My boy Nick Hoffman scored his 4th World of Outlaw late model win Saturday night.
There you go.
There was much keyboard warrior action because apparently he got together with somebody near the end of the race, and people were losing their mind about it. But it's a safe bet that Nick Hoffman does not drive dirty. So I promise that it was just a racing deal. And, you know, and everybody's like, yeah, he should go back to modifieds where he actually drives his own stuff. He drives his own stuff in late models too. He's got a car owner, but he builds the cars. He works on the cars. It's all his own stuff. But he's got a real shot. He finished 3rd in World of Outlaw late model points last year. He's got a real shot this year at winning the title, which would be crazy.
There you go. I saw a little bit of the Cars Tour race. It was Wednesday night. I wasn't there,
From
but
Caraway.
Jared Fryer. But that was one. Speaking of dirty driving, up front, I want to say it was Connor Jones just wiped out the front 3, and the Jared Fryer just cruises to the win.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like
I saw our boy Huffman won. Huffman won somewhere last night.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
And
Dirt was at Sonoya. There was an on-track fist fight. Somebody got dumped in the last corner, came around after the checkered flag, spun the car in front of him, drove basically up underneath him, so he was like laying on his side. And then the 2 drivers climbed out and jumped on each other and started fighting on the track. It was quality.
Beautiful. That's how it should be.
It was quality. Yeah. Well, you know my stance on that whole deal, man. Let them treat it like a hockey fight. 2 drivers go at it till somebody hits the ground. Then the officials break it up. If anybody that's not a driver jumps in, they get suspended for a year. Because that will incent them to not join in. If they get suspended for a week or something, they don't care. You suspend somebody for a year of going to the racetrack, they're going to think twice before they jump in.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what the guy I know that grew up going to South Boston races in the 60s. He said that back then it was like the 70s, they'd be fighting in the pits, and then the fans of those drivers would be fighting in the grandstands.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They do that at Bowman Gray today.
Yeah.
You still get that at Bowman Gray today, man. People fight in the stands all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm trying to understand why we're not back to caution. Because they got all the cars off the track.
Well, the problem is I think that storm's going to hit while we're under this red flag.
Because we don't have the vortex going.
Exactly.
Got to have the vortex. Butcher's up from 8th to 5th. That's nice.
Yeah, I'd say he's a top 5 road course racer in Cup.
How about we see Ryan Priest shock the world and win this thing? Wouldn't that be nuts?
That's another guy we didn't even mention for 17
Freaking
rounds.
modified guy come in and win one.
Mm-hmm.
Larson's
Well, he
up
could
to
win that,
20th.
then say he goes and wins New Hampshire in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He could make a run if he gets in there.
All right, we got one car just randomly sitting here on the track that apparently had a problem. Didn't make it all the way back.
I tell you, Trey must be stuck behind that log jam on the track.
He might be. He said he was caught in traffic and wouldn't be there anytime soon.
Oh boy.
So he must be really screwed. You know, I don't have a banner for red flag. I should probably do a banner for red flag.
Well, it's not red flag anymore.
Technically, we're not under caution. We're under red flag.
So the IndyCar race, Pelot's leading now. He pitted lap 56. Dixon pitted lap 61. It's lap 70 now. So I think Dixon is going to try to go the rest of the way. And Pelot might have to pit again. But the problem is Dixon is 26 seconds behind Pelot.
Yeah, but by the time you slow down and make a pit stop, it's usually 20, 24 seconds or so. So then they come out right together.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
All right. Now we have a red flag banner. It's official.
There we go.
But now it's not a red flag anymore, so we got to go back to caution. We aim to please.
I just read a tweet from Jeff Glock. It was Austin Dillon's radio. Carson Hocevar is the biggest dumbass in the entire sport. Everybody knows it, buddy. He wiped out in the 10 and just wiped out half the field.
So Ty Dillon was in that one? It wasn't Austin?
That was Austin. Austin said that.
I was saying I didn't. Oh, so it was Austin's radio.
Yeah, Austin's
I thought you said it was Ty's radio. I thought you
Yeah.
said it was Ty's radio. I mean, I don't know that I would call him an idiot because he misjudged a corner and clipped the inside barrier.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I saw SVG do that last year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just sad about Will Brown. I wanted to see Will Brown get like a top 5. That would have been
Oh, yeah. And he's out, I think.
All right, we got people coming into pits.
Chris Buescher and the 17 team are trying to diagnose a power issue under red.
Power issue. Not good. Apparently that was Riley Herbst that was stopped on the track.
Well,
Sway Red's got the whole nose caved in.
There's a power issue in the IndyCar race as well. Will Power's second to last.
I see what you did there, Mr. Massie. That was very nice.
I think we're going to see Penske go winless. It's wild.
Winless for the whole year?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Well, I mean, 2 guys have won every race so far.
How much of an advantage was that freaking body panel after all?
Right? That and the push to pass last year.
All right, we have an on-site weather person. Our super fan, Molly Castellino, only lives 3 miles from Grant Park, so she's going to give us the heads up when the raining starts.
All right.
So now we know.
Thank you, Molly.
Appreciate you.
But no,
we're gonna have to get her. We're gonna get her a front stretch
there
hat.
we go.
She'll probably wear it every weekend.
But Newgarden wrecked on like lap 3 of that race.
Today?
Yeah. I want to say he just wheel hopped.
What in the world is going on with him? Hey, look, we got Chicago firemen sitting around waiting to spray water on people.
I mean, the
crowd. And look at that! Who knew Joey Chestnut was working for the Chicago Fire Department now? Looks just like Chestnut.
He's following hard times, I guess. They just won that.
I don't know. 17 mustard belts. 17 mustard belts. Got 70.5 dogs.
My question is, what does the guy do 364 days out of the year? You know, he's kind of like Santa Claus.
No, man. Dude is in competitions all the time.
Really?
He trains. He literally trains. I watched a documentary about him, and they were literally like timing him, and he was working on his technique. And I saw the thing. I think he was in the same documentary as oh my God, I just drew a blank. The Oriental kid.
Kobayashi.
Before. Yeah, Kobayashi. Kobayashi was talking about how his water, they worked on it through the years, and certain temperatures of water were better for trying to dunk and eat than other temperatures, to where they actually set his water at a specific temperature for when he was eating. I'm like, these dudes are scientific as hell with that stuff.
I don't know, man. I just don't think I can make myself eat a soggy hot dog.
I will be fair, though. It makes stuff go down way faster.
I'm sure.
I mean, way faster. I learned that I think I was doing cupcakes in the thing. And I didn't dunk the cupcake, but I threw it in my mouth and immediately took a gulp of water. Mm-hmm. And the cupcake just like instantly dissolved and went straight down. Mm-hmm. It made it eaten so much faster.
Yeah, you should have done that. You should have had a glass of water on pit road at Martinsville.
That would have made a difference, my friend. I promise. I still ate 20 hot dogs, though.
Yeah,
loaded. They weren't just a hot dog and a bun. They had mustard, or they had relish, chili, slaw. They were fully loaded.
I feel sorry for that bathroom.
20 dogs in 40 minutes.
All right. Well,
that's funny. I see all these guys that talk about their hot dog record for the weekend at Martinsville being like 10, 11, 12 dogs. Like, dude, I ate 20 dogs in one sitting. Forget about the whole weekend.
So they had to choose, and apparently McDowell chose the outside. I chose the front row all by himself. They didn't put SVG.
Yeah, apparently nobody went with him. I don't know what happened there.
SVG seats.
My guess would be Van Gisbergen is next to him. Maybe they just didn't have a picture of him to put up, because he's from New Zealand and all.
Yeah. People from New Zealand don't show up in photographs.
That's because they're all vampires.
All right, we're going green.
Lights are out on the whatever that pace vehicle is.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's a Trailblazer. This entrance to pit lane is super sketchy. Mm-hmm. When you come around a corner and you're instantly going into the pits.
Yeah, I feel like you risk getting run into the back of if the guy behind you doesn't know you're pitting.
For sure. Those fancy street lights. On the gas and go, and we are back to green.
McDowell's clear for the lead.
McDowell whipped it out there in front of him. Kyle Busch hanging on to third. Reddick is in fourth with a beast of a paint scheme.
Well, I got Priest and Gibbs rubbing a little bit.
Rubbing is racing. Your boy Briscoe slotted into fifth. Here comes Gibbs with the dive bomb. Christopher Bell says, you go ahead and plow that hole open. I'm going to just tuck right in here behind you and take it as well.
That's a different looking 20 car.
It is. It's a very different paint scheme for them.
Whereas RFK just keeps you on your toes because you never know which one is running which paint scheme.
Never know which. Week. Yeah, you never know who's building submarines on a given weekend.
Building submarines or Kroger.
So I think I heard in the F1 race today that Sauber is going away next year. They're going to be the Audi team.
Oh, really?
That's sad. Sauber's been a back marker in F1 forever.
Yeah.
Van Gisbergen definitely putting the pressure on McDowell.
Yeah, he's there.
Got himself loosened up a little bit.
He's got his vision is full of DePaul right now.
There you go. I get a kick out of everybody jumping all over him about the cool suit malfunctioning. About back in the day, they didn't have cool suits. Back in the day, they also didn't have basically an airtight cockpit that had no circulation.
Yeah, you had wind coming in.
Yeah, you had wind coming through the and that's what I didn't realize. Briscoe was talking about it on a show I saw yesterday, the day before, that they have to run mufflers for this race. It's the only race that they run mufflers for. And he said the heat is like 20 to 25 degrees higher in the car at Chicago than it is anywhere else.
Wow.
And it's because of the mufflers, because they contain the exhaust more.
Yeah, 20 degrees hotter when it's already 95 degrees outside.
Right. And then when your cool suit goes bad, not only do you not get cool water, but it's pumping hot water. The water is actually warmer.
Yeah, so really, it's almost comparable to that Ricky Rudd Martinsville win.
Yeah,
where it's like they poured water on him and it just started boiling.
Yeah, he was just steaming. All right, we got the full-on parade going on now.
Yeah,
Brown is out. Oh, I was hoping they'd get Brown back in and at least let him get some points. Well, not points, but some spots.
Well, he got a little bit of the true NASCAR experience. He got Hosevard.
Yeah. I don't even know that he got Hosevard, though. He was way at the back.
Yeah, he was in an ARCA race there.
He just learned how bad brakes are on a NASCAR car instead of his Australian supercar.
Let's see.
So I'm curious. We'll see if the Giz can get past McDowell if he starts taking off or if they can stick with him. Because Lord knows we don't need that Mexico stuff over again. 17-second margin of victory.
I'm glad they let it play out.
That was not exactly fun to watch. Yeah, I was too. I thought sure we'd get a caution with like 4 to go for something stupid.
Let's see. Allmendinger's 9th, so I don't know that damage hurt him too bad.
Doesn't look like it. Interestingly, the big gap is from Reddick to Briscoe, almost 3 seconds.
You know, one guy.
Larson clawing his way up. He's up to 17th.
Yeah, he'll be there. All those
Bowman
guys.
Showman is 20th.
Byron. Where's Byron at?
He's way back still because he had to go to the rear with didn't go to the rear. He was at the rear because he didn't qualify.
All four of them.
Well, here we're playing up the in-season challenge.
Yeah.
Bowman and Wallace dueling it out from 18th and 20th.
They probably got some comments from NASCAR that was ignored too much last week.
How much you think the internet will implode if freaking Bubba Wallace manages to win the in-season challenge?
Oh, man. Oh, they'll act like it's not a big deal.
It would be over. They would all be coming out of the woodwork that it was fixed and and it's all a joke. He got it set up and handed to him. I ain't gonna lie, man. I am still dumbfounded to this day how much racism still exists. We're in 2025. How do we still have as much racism going on as we do? That's amazing to me.
I don't know.
These two are gone from everybody else. 2.5 second advantage over third place.
Who is?
And Van Gisbergen is right there. It's only a matter of time.
I'm at commercial right now.
Well, we got a side-by-side commercial on TNT.
Max went full screen.
Well, yeah.
I don't know that they have that kind of technology to go side by side.
Come on, man. They can stream videos of in-market movies. I think they would.
Yeah.
Did you see the monster truck jumping through the giant Lego the other day? That was crazy.
The monster truck jumped a giant Lego.
Yeah, like a giant Lego man. And this monster truck jumped. I mean, he was 40, 50 feet in the air.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. Tan on board with the SVG. We're going to have to see here, Tan. He's got the pressure on McDowell, that's for sure.
It is still funny to me that.
And he hung up again. So, Brock, hey, are you actually listening from New Zealand? Brock Hayes saying we get no ads on the stream in New Zealand. We got a Kiwi listening to us. How cool is that? Thank you, Brock. That is really awesome. Massie is stuck again. Now he's going away. Hopefully he'll come back here in a second. So we are just past halfway in stage one. We got 20 laps in stage one. We're at 9 to go. 8 to go now. They just went by the line. And Van Gisbergen is all over McDowell's back bumper. Got the frozen face again.
I think that because I'm streaming 2 races and trying to live stream on here, it's more than my poor internet can handle.
Your little flip phone is just crapping out. So while you were gone, we have a young man named Brock Hay jumped on.
His name is.
We have a young man named Brock Hay jumped on and said he does not get ads on his stream in New Zealand. We've actually got a New Zealand fan watching our watch party. How cool is that?
There you go. Oh, okay. So I bet he wouldn't be watching if a certain person wasn't competing.
It's 7 a.m. Monday morning, and he's loaded up on Red Bull.
Red Bull and Foster's.
There you
go. That's I met a New Zealand reporter. I was at the Indy 500, and when SVG won in Mexico, I got a message from him that was like, "It's 9 in the morning, and I'm chugging a beer."
Nice. So I'm pretty safe to say that McDowell is holding up Van Gisbergen.
Well,
I said it's safe to say McDowell's holding up Van Gisbergen.
Points. Yeah, in 8 laps they'll get some points, so hold them off a little longer. Should
wow,
one
are you
of
actually
them
at 7 to go now?
Pit though.
Are you at 7 to go now?
7 to go, yeah.
Yeah, then we must be on the same time now somehow. I'm at 7 to go. They're getting ready to go through the Big Bend on God dang it, I forget the street name. Michigan Avenue. Bowman going around. Did not hit anything though.
I think we're about at the same spot now.
Might have got a little love tap from the 33.
There's Cindric using up somebody. Is that Bowman? 3 to go in the IndyCar race. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hop off and edit when that comes to a close. So hopefully,
is Dixon winning?
Dixon is leading with 3 to go. Palou is 4/10 behind him. He's right on his heels. It's a Chip Ganassi showdown.
Sounds exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it. Busher must have come in and pitted, flipped the stage. Oh, it'd be early to be flipping the stage.
Maybe the power issues haunting him. Maybe they came in and looked at it.
Could be.
Let's see. Yeah, a lot of guys up in this top 10 that could really use a win so far.
Brock Hayes is going to be drinking 2 beers because he says a Kiwi's leading in Indy cars too.
Oh, you might have the Kiwi sweep.
Yeah, it might be a whole Foster's kind of day. Although from what I know of people from down under, they think Foster's is like Coors Light is horrible.
Oh yeah, it's their cheap beer there.
Like Natty Light.
It's like a Budweiser.
Yeah,
what is it? A Budweiser in over there seemed like a international beer. It's like fancy there.
Right. Tan giving a cheers out to the Kiwis from North Carolina. Glad to see you, neighbor Tan. I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina myself. Priest trying to put the pressure on Gibbs for 6th. Top 5 pretty much doing nothing. Everybody just kind of riding. Priest makes the move for 5th with 5 to go.
Had his charge.
SVG's just letting him cool down a little bit.
Unofficial, I guess.
With like 3 to go.
Scott Dixon Is your Honda Scott Dixon's your Honda
Mid-Ohio winner.
250 or whatever it was winner? Yep.
From Mid-Ohio. Well, Wyatt said he had to write the IndyCar recap, so he was going to get here after that. So you could probably wait till he gets here, and then you could go over and edit his
hopefully
stuff.
Trey. Yeah,
I haven't checked my phone
I could do that.
to see if Trey sent me a message. My phone actually fell on the floor when I came up here. Cindric already coming in with 4 to go. That's interesting. Or was that Blaney? I think it was Blaney came in. Larson, yeah, it was Blaney that came in.
Yeah.
Larson's in.
Your podium.
I wonder why they're coming in at 4 to go instead of 3 to go.
3. I don't know.
It's a curious thing.
Oh, wow. That's Dixon's 7th win.
That blend out of the pits there is pretty sketchy too, man. You're coming out spilling into the track as these cars are going through a corner. Van Gisbergen 1.4 back. I do believe he is surrendering the stage to McDowell. That's some great camera work right there.
Maybe he's taking it easy and he's going to stay out again. I don't know. What's the fuel window here?
No clue. Ty Gibbs. Hopefully we'll avoid any kind of pit mishaps to screw up his good day. Bell's team with a nice stop. Did not get him out in front of Gibbs, though. Here comes Allmendinger. There's a lot of people in the pits. All the guys at the back of the pack. DePaul on a car. That's pretty cool. The Giz is going to do the flip. So he is in the pits.
And McDowell's going for the stage win, I guess.
Let's see what Busch does.
See, what I don't get.
Busch stays out.
I feel like you should try to win stage 1 and then try to flip stage 2.
I agree. I think you're crazy going for the flip stuff that early.
Yeah.
Because go ahead and take the point, then turn around, and you're already going to be further back in the pack. So you pit.
Mm-hmm.
You're then not losing as much ground on that second stage.
Yeah.
To come around on the third stage to try and win.
Dixon is now 8 wins behind AJ Foyt.
Yeah. That's at least 2 years of IndyCar. I don't think he's got 2 years left in him. He may.
That's 2 really good years of IndyCar.
Alex Ovechkin scored more goals than Wayne Gretzky, so let's not act like records aren't made to be broken.
Yeah. Well, at the rate he's going, it'll take him like 4 years to get that.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't think he's got
winning
a
like
couple
1 or
years
2 races a year.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
one
at that
lap
point
to
he'd
go.
be in his 50s.
So for stage number 1. And he is
So SVG pitted, and he's still going to get stage points.
7.2 seconds ahead of Kyle Busch. Chastain has worked his way up to.
You just take it nice.
Zane Smith. Where's Trey Lyle when Zane Smith is running 8th?
Hey, Zane Smith won the other night. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, he did.
He won the cornhole tournament.
Yes, he did. All right, McDowell through the big bend on Michigan Avenue. Crowd looks really good still. Glad to see that, because there's a decent chance this is the last time we're going to see this race.
It kind of feels that way.
Which I won't be upset, provided they go back to Chicagoland.
Yeah.
Brock Hay would like to know where McLaughlin finished in Indy.
Well, sorry, what?
Where did McLaughlin win and finish in Indy?
Oh man, they don't have the results up right now. I will tell you, he was not on the podium. It's not a good day for Penske. It's going to commercial now. But yeah, not the top 5. Because it's Palou, or no, Dixon, Palou, so I used to say Palou first. Dixon, Palou, Lundgaard. Forgetting who was 4th. Pato got 5th. Mike McDowell. Did you ever think that like 10, 15 years ago we'd be talking about McDowell regularly as like a competitor for wins and stuff?
Yes, because I thought he would get with a better team.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a minor problem.
You got a problem.
They don't do good graphics on the race. So they only showed us the top 5 in stage 2.
Hey, that's better than last week.
Jump onto the X real quick and see if somebody gave us the top 10 rundown after said.
Last week their graphics were not working, and they showed us none of the stage results. All right, let me see this, Mister.
That's a fourth stage win in McDowell's career.
Wow. Well, I would guess 2 of them probably came at that Indy road course.
I believe you are correct.
I don't know, though. He might have. Well, you wouldn't flip a stage because there was no cautions that race.
Yeah, that was back in the good days when we didn't do the damn cautions.
It's so stupid. They tried it like for 2 races, 3 races, and then we're like, "Oh, this is boring."
And it was a good thing.
Yeah,
it was a good thing. I don't understand. That was the part that made me mad. I'm like, we actually had actual strategy come into play.
Yeah,
and
that Indy race was good. That was the best Indy road course race. Because the rest were all clown shows. But no, and the Watkins Glen race was boring, but nobody passed anybody.
Right.
The car was sucking, not the lack of cautions.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So they're saying Keselowski is out of the race. So Ty Dillon has advanced to the final 8 in the bracket.
You know who else is out?
How awesome is that?
Yeah, he's in the Elite 8 now.
Yeah.
William Byron is also out.
Out of the race?
Yeah, they had some problem, couldn't get it fixed, and he's out now.
Holy cats.
So we got some big names.
So what do we got up here at the front now? Looks like we got a Toyota pacing the field now. So we're on lap 2 of stage 2 already. And I don't think we've opened the pits yet.
They're messing with the wall.
This is part of what makes me absolutely crazy about stage racing. Is that the caution after the stage generally runs 7 to 9 laps, even on a 2.5 mile track.
Oh yeah, it should be.
So it looks like pit lane is now open.
You should have 1 lap of catching the pace car.
You should catch the pace car by the time the first lap ends.
At a road course, yes. Well, at a road course, honestly.
At any race.
At a road course, you should be pitting the same lap that it comes out.
And you should come around at the end of that lap and pull in. Yes.
Yes.
But at any race, you should be able to. A pace car should pick up the field at the exit of turn 2. And you should be coming around when you come out of turn 4 going into the pits. Bristol Martinsville,
Bristol Martinsville,
because of the fact that you've got the extra long pit lane.
Yeah,
but I mean, even like Atlanta, you can pick them up out of 2, and by the time you get to 3, they could be going into the pit.
Oh,
there's no excuse for it.
I see the IndyCar results now. Who was it that asked about Scott?
He was asking our Kiwi fan is asking about McLaughlin.
I am not seeing.
Oh, maybe he didn't race today.
Yeah, he just took the day off. Oh man, 23rd. So here, listen to these Penske results today: 23rd for McLaughlin, 26th for Power, 27th for Newgarden.
Wow.
I guess you can't argue any Penske bias now.
Roger's got to be pissed. Maybe Tim Cindric wasn't such a bad guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, maybe that body modification really was making a difference.
All right, let's see what they're doing.
So what'd you do for the 4th of July there, Mr. Massie?
We had fireworks here. County had them on the 3rd. So I hung out with friends and stuff on the 3rd.
It was terrible that McLaughlin was that bad.
Yeah.
So nothing on the
4th? And then on the 4th, I went to the cornhole tournament in Richmond. Drivers and pros teamed up. And
I saw that.
Just take it easy. And
I'll tell you another reason that I'm sad I don't live in Charlotte anymore. All of the stuff on the Ocho is going on at that sports complex in Rock Hill which is right across the border in South Carolina from Charlotte. They got axe throwing and the golf stuff and dodgeball and ultimate frisbee, all that stuff that they show on the Ocho. 90% of it is taking place at that sports complex in Rock Hill. I'd be down there all the freaking time watching that stuff.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. Like I had a much better time watching cornhole than I thought I would. I like cornhole. I like to play it.
If you watch guys that are good, it is amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's the guy team was Zane Smith. He sunk 5 in a row. Like, can you imagine playing in the backyard?
They're like, okay, this round I think he's going to go and just fly one in. Whoop, flies it right in. I'm like, if you can do that on demand, why are you not just do it every time? I don't get. But there's like playing defense and setting stuff up to protect the hole and stuff. And it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, it really was. I tell you what, Noah Gregson was the life of the party.
Shocking.
What'd you say?
I said shocking.
Yeah.
Gregson is a party animal, man. I'm sure he plays it on the regular. So we got Ty Dillon has already advanced to round 3.
Wow. The recap's in. I got to go now.
He's your number 32 qualifier, and he is into round 3. All right, buddy. Hurry back. Thanks for giving me some company, so I wasn't doing this totally alone. Hopefully Wyatt will be jumping in here in a minute. We'll see you in a little bit, brother. So Tyler Reddick and Ty Dillon have already advanced to the round of 8. We got 6 slots left to fill out. Lights are out on the pace car. So we are getting ready to get back into it. Kyle Busch did not pit either. He is going to start on the outside of the front row. Again, this could be a thing. Kyle Busch could be a real shocker if he could manage to win the street race and set himself up for a run in the playoffs. So right now we got McDowell, Busch, Reddick, Briscoe, Priest, Chastain, Nemechek, Hill, Van Gisbergen, and Gibbs. Your top 8 have yet to pit. Get over here and get my clicker ready. Green flag, back out. Busch slotted her inside. They are 3 wide going through the corner. Holy cats, they pulled that off. And I think that is Ty Gibbs doing the absolute blatant block on Van Gisbergen. Ran him all the way out to the wall. Briscoe and Priest battling out as Reddick slipped up in front of him. Reddick's now in 3rd. Priest slots into 4th. Briscoe is 5th. Working ourselves into a straight line. Ty Gibbs making a move on Nemechek while Van Gisbergen drops to the inside. He's going to take the preferred line into the corner and muscle his way past Nemechek. Puts Van Gisbergen in the top 10. Allmendinger is 11th. He took advantage and got by Nemechek as well. Nemechek giving the old hip check to Logano to hang on to the spot. We are on lap 5 of 25 in stage number 2. So when it's all said and done, our final stage will be 40 laps. Bubba Wallace has gotten spun. He is sitting sideways across the track at the exit of a corner, letting the whole field go by. That's painful. But he gets himself turned and going, so we are able to stay green. That's a beautiful thing. Bummer for Wallace. He was actually really good in practice and in qualifying. He was set up for a good day. But so far, that is not panning out. Van Gisbergen's up to 9th. It says 10th on the scoring pylon. It's not caught up because he just went by Austin Hill, who was in 8th. So Van Gisbergen is up to 8th. Austin Hill is not in 8th. He's in 9th. Allmendinger is in 7th. Their scoring pylon struggling a little bit. So looks like Kyle Larson overcooked it into the corner underneath Wallace and freaking doored him, which spun him around in the corner. That's a bummer for him. Spun around, no doings of his own. Jacob DW, thanks for asking. Brock Hay, watching over there in New Zealand, gives you the update that Christopher Bell is currently 26th in the running order. Wow, we got plenty of time here, Jacob. You're going to have probably another 1 or 2 big wad ups. You'll have a handful of people that'll bend tie rods or toe links, whatever they're called. Van Gisbergen slings it by Allmendinger. Claws his way up into the 7th spot. Now sets his sights on the Busch Apple number 1. So don't get upset yet, Jacob. You got time, brother. We are not even halfway in a race yet. There is plenty of stuff to play out. Looking back at the back half of the top 20, Denny Hamlin is up to 11th, having to start in the back of the field because of his blown engine. And the first practice that started the weekend was terrible for him. Tyler Reddick making a move around Kyle Busch. Reddick slots in second, Busch back to third. Chastain just got taken by Allmendinger, I believe. And Van Gisbergen is putting pressure all over Briscoe. Allmendinger 7th. Van Gisbergen's in 6th. Van Gisbergen is the highest running car that has pitted. So Chastain, Austin Hill, Nemechek, none of those guys pitted, so they are on older tires. Van Gisbergen makes the move on Briscoe, puts him in the top 5. 8 laps into the stage, 3 actual green flag laps in, and Van Gisbergen is top 5. Kyle Busch with a definite dance coming out of that corner. Busch about a second ahead of Priest, so once Van Gisbergen gets Priest, it'll take him 3 or 4 laps to get Busch. And then it's another second and a half to get up to Reddick, which will be another probably 4 or 5 laps. So about the time that we're at somewhere between 8 and 10 to go, you'll see Van Gisbergen putting pressure back on McDowell again. Got to think that McDowell is going to pit before the end of this stage. So most likely Van Gisbergen is going to be your stage winner, barring an unforeseen development. Gisbergen is almost a second behind Busch for third. Split screen. Half a second for Van Gisbergen. Probably going to take him a lap, maybe. Well, actually, no. He just sailed it in deep and went by Busch like he was tied to a post. Van Gisbergen up to third. For some reason, we cannot get scrolling on the scoring pylon. And Josh Berry goes around. His nose is beat up, I believe, from the original accident at the beginning of the race. He's waiting for the whole field to go by so he can spin his car back around. Although his car might not be cooperating, I think we're going to get a full course yellow here. Because he is not moving. They have not thrown the caution yet. But I got to think if Barry is still going to be sitting there, they're going to be throwing it any minute. Bubba Wallace in the pits. Now, here's the question there. We got 45 laps to go. Wondering if Wallace is going to say one more pit stop and he'll be good to the end of the race. That may be the strategy that they're employing due to the fact that he spun and was so far back behind the field. Barry moved, but now he's still sideways in a corner. Cars are diving into pit lane, thinking in advance that we're going to see a caution, so they're trying to take advantage of it, those that are going to try and do this strategy. Reddick pits from second place. McDowell stayed out, though. Caution flag is out. We figured it was coming because of Barry, but Reddick was in before the problem. Reddick with that awesome Jumpman paint scheme this weekend, given to Michael Jordan Love in the city of Chicago. And they packed him full of fuel. So I'm betting that is the play going on right here. That they're thinking they can make it on one more stop. And that is why they are coming in here at basically lap 30. They finished 31 before the caution came out. Barry's car getting hooked up to the hook of shame. Who is this that gets Barry here? That is the 43 of that Jones boy. Ooh. He had a hit on the left rear, which wasn't good. But then he nosed it into the wall and ruined the front end of that car. People in the business call that kilt. K-I-L-L-T. Kilt. Let's see if we can get this dude all the way around without bouncing it off of the straps. So unfortunately for McDowell, this has put Van Gisbergen right on his back bumper. Although I'm pretty sure, due to the fact that McDowell did not pit at the end of the first stage, that he is probably going to pit here. I would not be surprised as well to see Kyle Busch come in under this caution. But that's going to put them way back there. But again, if these guys are able to make this in one more pit stop, we are going to see some strategy playing out for sure. Because it's only been 16 laps since Van Gisbergen pitted. And what is that? 7 of those 16 laps have been under caution. So probably not a whole heck of a lot of fuel that he's used so far. Still unimpressed with TNT's abilities with their scoring pylon to not update beyond 16th position. It'd be very nice if we had some more information. Kenny Clark. Doing well, brother. Hope life is treating you good. I hate to break the news to you, but the 9 is not exactly lighting the world on fire today. Had to go, well, started at the back due to the fact that they had a problem in practice and were unable to qualify. So they started DFL with William Byron. Byron's problems have continued. He had a problem during the race and has already been withdrawn. Elliott was somewhere in the teens as the first stage was winding down and jumped in to pit at the end of the first stage before the stage ended to try and take advantage of flipping the stage a little bit. But his name has not appeared anywhere up in the top 20 yet today. So the siren is probably going to stay silent today, my friend. But thanks so much for being here along with the rest of y'all. We got a lot of people watching today, so appreciate y'all being on. All right, here we go. McDowell headed into the pits. Kyle Busch is staying out. They have not pitted yet. What is going on here? McDowell's pit crew pulling the pins on the hood. I think he may have just blowed up. Well, he's topped off and he's headed back up the pit lane. So it must still be running. But man, when he came up on that pace car, she belched smoke out both sides of the pipes. That is not a good thing. This is one of the few times during our watch parties I actually wish I could hear the announcers to know what that team communication was about. But we are not allowed to have the audio from the video come over our watch party air. So we have to stay muted while we watch the race. So you just get our opinions and statements for whatever they're worth. But something tells me McDowell's hope of winning this race just went out the exhaust pipes and blew smoke. Daniel Suarez right in front of him at the back of the field. He was involved in the very first caution that ultimately became a red flag that included 8 different drivers. We knocked a couple of them out of the race right off the bat. Will Brown, who is one of Van Gisbergen's V8 supercar buddies, was coming over to run a race, and unfortunately for him, he didn't complete a full lap. We must have had a... See if I can hear this. All right, hope y'all didn't hear that, but apparently he was having a problem with shutting it off and getting it to restart under caution, and that's why they were pulling the hood pins in case they had to do something to get it to take off, but it looks like it fired okay. I'm also thinking McDowell's got a problem for sure, because he's now losing pace again. I believe he's got an electrical issue going on. We are getting ready to go green. We're going to be 14 laps into the second stage, 34 laps into the race, almost halfway. You've got Van Gisbergen and Allmendinger on the front row. Van Gisbergen takes the lead as the green flag comes back out. Priest puts it inside Busch going through the corner. Busch trying to hang on that top spot. Back end breaks loose. He gets all kinds out of shape. Muscles Chastain out to the wall a little bit. McDowell back on pit lane. Hood is up. Needless to say, his hopes of a victory today have gone up in smoke. Gibbs puts it on the inside of Busch going through a corner. Chastain tries to follow along. Busch is in a bad spot, losing spot after spot after spot. You're going to try to put it on the inside here and keep Blaney high and wide coming off the corner. But Blaney is not wanting to give up. Blaney has got the pressure on Busch and has the nose in front. They get into the next corner. Busch is going to go around. Busch goes around in front of the field. Everybody checking up. Cindric got a little out of shape but did not wreck. Everybody goes by. Busch backs it, pulled forward, backed it up. Gets it going again, but he is now at the tail end of the field. He was somewhere around 6th or 7th when that happened. So back in the front, Van Gisbergen leads Allmendinger by 0.6 of a second. Priest is in 3rd. Gibbs is 4th. Chastain is in 5th. Blaney, Logano, Jones, Larson, and Bowman rounding out the top 10. Yep. Of the cars on track, Busch is in the last position in 31st. They're showing back in the pack here a little bit. It's pretty much a parade. Denny Hamlin has not been able to move very far forward. Chase Briscoe way back here. He's had some, I would say, strategy calls that have not paid off real well. So he is back in 15th position. Denny Hamlin's only a couple behind him. So again, Hamlin started at the tail end of the field because he blew up.
What's up, man?
Hey!
Hey!
What's going down, Mr. Worsham?
Just watching some NASCAR. How about you?
Well, thanks for giving me some company. I'm
I haven't done one of these yet.
I'm observing the excitement of this whole thing.
Yeah,
Continued bad strategy calls, weird things going on. Our friend Brock Hay, who actually is watching us from New Zealand at 7 a.m. Well, almost 8 a.m. now on Monday morning, watching it.
I am guessing that he is a SVG fan, isn't he?
He is. He's also a McLaughlin fan, which made him very sad that McLaughlin finished like 26th in the IndyCar race.
Oh no, I didn't watch.
But he gives us an update there that apparently McDowell's gas pedal is sticking, and that is why he is now in the pits and going laps down while they're trying to get that fixed.
Yeah, that's a tough break from McDowell. He was having a good go at it.
He was leading and came in to do the pit stop for the first caution in the second stage. And right before he came into pit, he had an issue where he was like about to pass a pace car. And I thought he had blown his engine because it looked like a white smoke came out the pipes. But apparently it was just locking up the front brakes because the throttle was sticking. But they are now pushing his car down pit lane, which means it's going behind the wall and going to require some heavy.
Are you on the Max cameras watching it? Okay, never mind. I see it now on mine. I guess you're a little bit ahead of me.
I am on TNT Sports.
I am too. I too am on TNT Sports.
Who's your streaming provider?
No comment.
I am a YouTube TV person, so that's where I'm at. But it's interesting. Van Gisbergen is leading, but he's not whooping him like he did in Mexico. McDowell had him end of the first stage with 5 or 6 laps to go. It looked like he was going to make a move on McDowell. McDowell head him off. And then the once he held him off that one time, Van Gisbergen kind of dropped back and never got close to him again. So McDowell won the first stage.
Yeah.
And Van Gisbergen ended up pitting with 2 to go so that he could flip the stage. So he's now leading this one, but let's see if he decides to flip this one too. I'm curious. We've had a bunch of people right before the caution flew in the second stage that didn't pit at the end of the first stage.
Yeah.
That pitted like 10 or 12 laps into this stage. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm assuming they're trying to make it on one more stop.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday in the Xfinity series. We saw some guys, play the strategy game of short pits, 2 pit stops, 1 pit stop. I forgot what SVG did yesterday in terms of that, but that was big in the Xfinity race yesterday too. Is a strategy game of, do you want to pit 2 times, maybe 3, or do you want to do it on 1? So
I'm sure that was enjoyable for you to watch. I didn't get to see that because they had Judge Judy on the CW in the Middle Beach area. So I was not allowed to watch it. I got the CW app on my smart TV and tried to watch it, but was informed that you're not allowed to watch it on the smart app when the thing is live on TV because you're supposed to watch it on TV. And that works great if your CW provider is not playing Judge Judy instead of the race. They had some kind of a supplement pill infomercial on during Xfinity qualifying yesterday, so I didn't get to see that either.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I'm not exactly thrilled with the CW at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Kind of up there with the fact that they they don't show Cubs games like WGN used to.
Yeah. What sucks about me is like, since mine's on the streaming thing, like it says commercial break in progress. And so if it's just me watching it downstairs on my TV, it's just quiet. And I'm like, I'd actually rather have commercials going than a sign. Then sometimes I'll go on the NASCAR app on my phone and turn on the MRN radio broadcast during the commercial break. But yeah, just looking at a screen that says TNT and it's just silence for like 2 minutes. It's kind of rough. I missed the side by sides from Prime,
and that's why I like the thing with YouTube TV is when you have those silent moments, they do a Zen moment. So you get a waterfall or some bees buzzing on flowers, or just something to visually stimulate you. So you're not like you said, just staring at a blank screen of silence that says we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
So Trey Lyle is caught in traffic somewhere. He's doing his best to get home so he could get on. And I'm sad that he is, because Zane Smith is currently running 16th. So Lyle would be in quite the euphoric state if he was here watching with us. Van Gisbergen has almost got it to 2 seconds ahead, but he and Allmendinger are way ahead. Gibbs is almost 6 seconds back. But for Ed Lane, Ty Gibbs is in third, so that's a good thing for him too.
Yeah, how about this though? In terms of the bracket right now, Allmendinger is
Ty Dillon has advanced.
Yes,
Ty Dillon is in the final 8.
But the race right now is second and third. AJ Allmendinger is ahead of Ty Gibbs by 1 spot. So
yep, we'll see how that plays out. Also, Reddick has already advanced. I forget who he was paired up with.
Who was he? He was up against Hocevar.
Yeah, so he and Dillon have already advanced. How awesome would it be if Ty Dillon ended up winning this thing?
Dude, I am riding that Ty Dillon train all the way. Oh, we got leg.
Ty has been having a great year. I mean, and I have always been on the Ty Dillon bandwagon. I know it's not the popular thing to say, but I think Ty Dillon is a better driver than his brother. I always have said.
Oh yeah, he hasn't had the best equipment either.
Exactly.
His best equipment, honestly, I mean, I guess I don't know if it was one of the best then, but people forget he was the first driver 2311 had, because Bubba Wallace couldn't run that that class race at the Daytona Road Course that first year.
Yep. True statement. Catherine Legg killed those tires. How about Catherine Legg bumps Corey Heim out of the race?
I heard Heim had issues with his car, so I don't know.
He hit the wall.
I don't think that was off of pure speed.
Well, it was pure speed, but the problem was he had a bent toe link. So he was doing what he did with a bent toe link, but still, you gotta qualify, and he didn't.
Yeah.
I'm glad, knock on wood, that so far today we haven't had a whole bunch of people getting knocked out of this race because they're brushing the wall and bending their toe links.
It happened in the first 5 laps or so. So we got a good 5 or 6 cars out just on the first 10 laps or so. So
well.
Oh God,
ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the hatless legend, Wyatt Watson. So you're going to show up today without your hat after Massie was here and actually had his hat on.
Trent,
you're here. I jumped on, so I jumped on with what I had on. So go Seahawks! We're almost in football season. So
where's Trey Lyle?
I thought that was a Ravens hat.
Trey
is in traffic somewhere.
Yeah.
Eric Jones in the wall.
Oh, who's that? Did you just hit the wall?
That's Eric Jones. Jones.
Oh my God! Does this mean that Wyatt Watson is miles ahead of me again?
Am I miles ahead of everyone again?
I know Neff. I know Neff's a few seconds ahead of me.
Especially because
they're showing
Kyle Busch
driving through too many pits.
Yeah, you said a penalty. Yeah, we haven't seen a penalty yet.
Yeah,
they're showing the in-season challenge of Jones.
Hey, Ty Dillon, congratulations. Ty Dillon and
and Tyler Reddick.
Ty Dillon,
Tyler Reddick are already in the final 8. How awesome would it be to see Ty Dillon win this whole thing?
That'd be
That would be
nuts
epic.
if he won it.
That would be epic.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick is my pick, though, so I'm happy that he's going through. I also have him on for a top 3, but I picked SVG as well today for the win for through the gears.
Well, there's one we have to watch.
I had 3 of the top 4.
We have to watch the JHN Chase Elliott because they're only separated by 4 spots right now, too.
I haven't seen
Elliott
Chase Elliott.
Elliott's been running like a bag of hammers all day.
I have not seen Chase Elliott all day.
The only time I saw him, he bumped up like he is right now. He bumped up because of pit stops and near the end of the first stage, but then he pitted and he fell right back out.
Yeah, so
Elliott's
Jones and Stenhouse is close too.
But see, this is where everybody's starting to jump into pits right now because they're trying to flip this again. I'm really curious to see. There were a bunch of cars that pitted like 10 to 12 laps into this stage.
Me and Trent are about
trying to make it on. I'm wondering if they're going to try to make it on one more stop.
I think this is the last one. It's a 2-stop strategy.
Is the weather anywhere near Chicago right now?
I don't think so. They Massie was saying that there was supposed to be a big rainstorm hit, and he thought it was going to hit during the red flag right at the beginning, but it didn't happen. So I'm wondering if the vortex has kicked in enough to keep it from happening.
Old wall trip.
We're about to have a stage caution. So.
Dude, I fully believe in the vortex. And because I've been at enough racetracks to see it happen.
Any good NASCAR fan believes in the vortex.
Because you see it happen. As long as they are racing, there's enough heat being generated that the heat is going straight up in a cyclonic motion that is going to deflect it around. Molly Castellino, super fan of the watch parties, she let us know earlier in the day, Wyatt, when you were not here, that she is about 3 miles west of Grant Park. So if it rains at her house, the rain will be 3 miles away.
I think I've been checking the weather radar throughout the race and before the race, and all the rain is north coming south. So
interesting. So Allmendinger's in the pits.
Did they say
Allmendinger has come in?
They say speeding for the 20.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I just heard them say something about speeding.
I heard.
I can't.
Well, I
can't
them
hear
anything
because I got to be on mute.
I'm a little bit low. I can pull it up in a little bit. So Allmendinger is going to come in and forfeit the playoff points. Looks like Blaney's probably going to win the stage.
So Blaney's probably going to hang on to it unless.
So with this cut line of Bowman and Wallace, I wonder what that does for the cut line right there, getting these points.
And a slow stop for the 16.
I'll tell you what, Wallace managing to be in 7th right now, that's amazing.
It's pit stops. He cycled back to 20th after the Barry caution.
Well, he
also spun earlier. Yeah.
He was last on the whole field.
He's not 7th off of pure speed. He's 7th off of cars pitting right now.
No, but just the fact that he's been able to get that far back up.
Oh, you're right. I agree.
Crazy. Hey, what do you know about that?
Something to watch. Nemechek and Elliott are now 9th and 10th. On the same strategy.
Ricky Stenhouse put
it big hit for Stenhouse. Wow.
Oh, I wouldn't call that a big hit. Are you drinking?
A hit.
That was a gentle caress.
Do you want to go ahead into a tire barrier there, Mike?
He dug himself into the tire barrier pretty good.
I have done it before, but that was not like Jimmy Johnson Watkins Glen head on into the tires.
Okay, Mike. Okay.
That was a caress.
Now, I don't want to hit head first.
Catherine Legg a little bit ago pounded him really well.
I don't want to go head first into any tires.
Yeah, like Larson last year. So Bubba up to 5th.
Jones
6th.
Damn, he's going to get some good. Bubba's going to get some good stage points. This is going to help the cut line a lot for him and Bowman. Bowman and 4th. Busher
not in the top 10 right now.
Oh,
Busher have a penalty earlier in the race?
Holy crap! Busher in his 11th. He was like what two laps down early or something.
What happened to him?
I don't know if he had a penalty or he had a pit
He was
stop
having an engine issue, and he was just limping it around the track. No, he was 2 seconds off the pace. He wasn't 2 laps down. He was like 2 seconds off the pace.
Wow.
Because he had an engine issue, but now he's like 11th.
He's ahead of SVG.
Yeah, he had. And
I saw Austin Hill in the top 10 briefly. We might actually get a full race. We're gonna get a full race at freaking Chicago finally, boys.
Can we talk about how good that Reddit car looks though? That paint scheme.
I liked last
in Chicago with the Jumpman on the hood. Gotta love it.
A little more
with the crotch glass. That's sick.
I liked last year's just slightly better, but it does look sick.
Who had that Dark Knight car that had like the cracked windshield look to
Dale
it?
Dale Jr.
It was okay. Yeah, that's
when
what
he won
at
Michigan. When he won at Michigan in that scheme.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Is that paint scheme?
Kind of. So Blaney wins the stage. Briscoe second. Tyler Reddick third. Alex Bowman fourth. Bubba Wallace is your top 5.
And of course, they don't show the rest of it.
Yeah,
because their graphics are garbage
for sure.
About to say that it went to a cutaway. Denny Hamlin 6th, Chase Elliott 7th, John Hunter Nemechek 8th, Eric Jones 9th, and Christopher Bell rounds up the top 10. So no penalty for the 20 car.
I wish, unless I can't find it. Okay, there it is. I don't know if these are live, but I don't know if these are live standings or not.
I haven't been super tuned in to some of the race, but I caught certain good moments like at the start. Man, how about that Hocevar wreck? Yeah, that's what we were talking about when you jumped in. Is Mike was like, I'm surprised you haven't had more cars taken out. I was like, it already happened. We got the parking lot in like lap 5.
Yeah, we had that taken. We had that already.
And of all people, Carson Hocevar cost it.
It wasn't a Hocevar reason though. He
got loose and into the wall.
He hit the wall.
Well, he clipped the barrier on the inside, and it threw him to the outside.
Yeah,
I did not see that angle.
He didn't do it in Hocevar fashion. It was.
By the way, how do you like the new? This is a new computer for me too. So better screens, better everything.
I'd say it doesn't look smoky.
I know it looks way better.
I'm still on my 2018 MacBook Pro hooked up to a monitor, so that's what I'm on.
I'm about to say my laptop was made in 2018 too, so it's not great. My camera was terrible.
I'm still using the built-in MacBook camera.
I'm wondering. I mean, this is just SVG's race right now. It seems like. Ty Gibbs is the closest guy who can keep up with them. It's Gibbs and Allmendinger.
Because Allmendinger was right there with him. He just pitted early to flip the stage. But this isn't like Mexico. This isn't where he's 17 seconds ahead. He couldn't get around McDowell.
I feel so bad for McDowell too.
Yeah,
he put on.
To be fair,
I feel bad for McDowell because I picked him. I picked McDowell and Gibbs to be my top 2 finishers in my fantasy thing, and I was looking great when they were running first and second, and then McDowell has a sticking throttle and it kills me.
Yeah, but in Mexico City,
my typical luck.
In Mexico City, SVG didn't get that big lead until the 3rd stage anyway, because him and Ty Gibbs were dueling it out for the first 1 or 2. And then I guess Gibbs had an issue, and then he got ahead. And McDowell had the issue, so SVG's stage 3 is on.
But SVG was still
pull away.
SVG was still 5, 6, 7 seconds ahead in the 2nd stage. It wasn't like Gibbs was all over his back bumper. He was strolling. He just
it took a while for that to start happening though. So I think that's about to start happening now.
I don't think so. I still have my fingers crossed that the entire fantasy NASCAR world is going to come crashing down because 90% of people picked SVG to win this thing, and it's going to kill them all. But it doesn't matter to me because I have McDowell, so I'm already killed.
I picked Reddick for our league, but I have SV.
I picked Reddick for our thing.
I would have gone full SVG on the betting market too. But I do have Ty Gibbs as an option as well. I went pretty heavy on Gibbs.
Yeah, I like Gibbs.
He really impressed me. He impressed me at Mexico City. Could have actually won the race if the caution didn't come out for Hocevar. So Hocevar out of the way. What?
Speaking of betting, Wyatt, I don't know if you saw it. What do you make of I think Steve said it. What's his name? Let's see. Let me make sure. Yeah, Steve. He said he put $2 to win $80 on Ty Dillon winning the bracket.
Ty Dillon?
Yes.
Hey, man, you might as well.
Is advancing.
You might as well do it. That might be my next pick.
This is before he advanced, by the way. So this is early, before this race.
His odds are gonna cut in half for Sonoma, and I think it's between. I remember him saying on the earlier, it's gonna be between either Nemechek or Chase Elliott, who he plays next week. So I bet he's a big John Hunter Nemechek fan right now, but still, Nemechek has not been a slouch on the road courses.
Chase Elliott
because it's Chase Elliott.
Like a bag of hammers all year. Elliott's been running like a bag of hammers all year until last week.
It's Chase Elliott on a road course. What are you talking about?
He's been a bag of hammers in the next gen car on road courses, so I wouldn't put money on Elliott on any road course in the next gen just yet.
Yeah, but to be he's going to be better than Ty Dillon. Come on.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
If I'm Ty Dillon, I want John Hunter Nemechek to win.
Race? Was it not Ty Dillon that won a stage in a road course race? Thank you very much.
Oh my God, he stayed out.
He won the stage.
Except
he can road course race. Don't be throwing.
Chase Elliott has. If we're doing that logic, Chase Elliott has like freaking how many wins on the road course? Come on now.
I think it's 5. Maybe.
Also, we're talking about the same gen, by the way.
But 0 in 2022. I mean, in the next gen.
Yeah, Ty Dillon also has 0 stage wins in the next gen. That stage one came, I think, in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, for Ty Dillon. Don't have the numbers. I don't
think Elliott.
He was in the 13 car. I know that.
But whoever goes against Ty Dillon has been cursed though, because Denny and Brad have both had issues. So if it's Chase Elliott next week, Ty Dillon, Chase Elliott's going to get a flat tire. And
Chase Elliott's hood is up. Chase Elliott's hood is up.
Ty Dillon already beat Chase Elliott for next
Ty Dillon
week.
Versus John Hunter Nemechek in the round of 8.
That goes out the window. It's JHN versus Ty Dillon.
We're all
on that one. I don't know. I don't know on a road course for that one. I don't know.
We're all debating who's gonna go against Ty Dillon. It's gonna be John Hunter Nemechek now, probably.
And I don't know how to pick that one on a road course.
I'd pick Nemechek, but if we're going by curse logic, it's Ty Dillon advancing to the round into the final 4.
Ty Dillon just has a Final Four.
Ty Dillon has a legit stage win at Dover too. That one's legit. Tell me I don't know my Ty Dillon knowledge.
Ty Dillon's going to turn into Richmond Austin Dillon and win Dover next in a couple of weeks.
I don't even know who we would go against.
And he'd win the bracket and go in the playoffs.
If I go by projections, he would go against Chris Buescher, which is honestly doable because Buscher's not great at Dover.
Billy, Chase is on pit road with his hood up right now, so I think your pick for Chase Elliott is out the window. I'm sorry about that.
Chase Elliott with a problem as they choose. I think they're about to start. This is a quick freaking stage caution if that's the case.
By the way, Billy Sellers, William Byron is out already. They had a problem very early on, and he retired very early from the race.
So rain is. I checked the radar. Rain is still on the way with 28 to go. It might hit at the end.
Molly, what's it looking like where you're at, Molly? Fill us in, local weather lady.
It's very Molly. Close.
So how about what a fun place Chicago is?
Dude, I love this. I love the street course.
The officials I hate it. Officials in Chicago let the drivers know that if they jumped into the fountain, they would be arrested.
Molly says it's sunny where she's at, so we're good.
Chase ridiculous. Briscoe leads him to green with Tyler Reddick second. Bubba Wallace is going to move to third. Alex Bowman, last year's winner, in fourth.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so these guys, they benefited on the Barry caution because they pitted then before the caution came out, so they didn't have to pit here.
Yeah, they're on a certain strategy. I think they're trying to make it on the rest of the race.
So they pitted then, so they don't have to pit now. So I
think these guys are trying to make it the rest of the race, if I'm not mistaken. But SVG is on a tear.
Yeah, Briscoe winning this wouldn't shock me either if he holds off. If he holds up, Briscoe's decent on road courses.
He's yeah, about to say. Remember his days.
We need a non-race winner to win this thing. Non-race winner. We need a non-race winner.
So you're going for Tyler Reddick.
You are Team Chaos, aren't you?
I am Team 17 winners. So all these morons for all these years that have said you're locked into playoffs have to eat crow.
Why are we watching Cody Ware at the back, by the way? What is this?
So you are wanting Reddick. So you want the 23-11 guys.
Cause
Cody Nemechek losing spot.
Mike Neff is a Reddick and Wallace fan right now.
And Bowman.
Well, there he's further. He's a little bit back. He's in fifth.
He's fourth or fifth. Yeah.
Now he's sixth. SVG got by him.
Oh my gosh, SVG's on the run.
I don't have Max, but if I did it, I'd do it just for the road courses, so I can just watch SVG just carve the field up every restart he's in traffic. It's just beautiful.
Look at Dennis up there in the top 5.
Yeah, he was one of those beneficiaries for that Barry caution when they all came in before that caution came out.
Well, and he was making ground before that, which was enjoyable.
He started at the back of the field. Oh.
There's the radar. They're now looking at the radar.
Yeah, Molly said it's sunny at her house and she's close to the track.
She's 2 miles west of the track.
It's going to come in soon.
SVG,
just a matter of how soon. There comes Ty Gibbs to go for fifth. Keeping up with SVG on this strategy.
Here comes Ty Gibbs too. Ty's
Yep.
Yeah, John Hunter. Damn. Yeah, Bubba Wallace is getting hounded. Let's see how defensive Hamlin gets with SVG, if any.
Maybe he'll dump him. It'd be great.
Oh, Reddick's got to save fuel. Wow.
Probably.
No, they just said it on the broadcast. He just asked his team when they want him to start saving fuel.
Mm-hmm. I think you want to get around Briscoe and 3 laps short. They just said 3 laps short. That's crazy.
So he wants a caution or two. Shocked it's taking SVG a while to get to Hamlin.
Ty Gibbs sliding into fifth.
Oh, he's just right there, man. But SVG right on Hamlin's bumper as well.
I'm shocked. That's what I said. It's taking a while for SVG to get around Hamlin, which is kind of shocking.
As I said, he doesn't have the dominance that he did in Mexico.
Well, there, I think he got around him now.
I don't know.
I saw a white car have a blue car.
Yeah, he's around him. He's around him.
Yeah.
He's around him. Now SVG is going to be on the chase. Flat tire for Ty Dillon.
Doesn't matter. He advanced.
Doesn't matter. He's in file lane.
He's
America.
Fine.
America.
Sky is clear. Looking south, we are going to make it to the end of the race. I'm hopeful too. I'm hopeful too, Molly.
They probably will. Clouds are just not close enough. They would need like a caution or another pretty big red flag to delay this race.
I mean, they got rain tires anyway, so they're not going.
As long as we're rolling, the vortex is going.
Freaking great job by NASCAR finally getting this race started at a decent time, so we don't run into this issue again.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's
we'd be in what, like middle stage 2 right now if it started or something, or beginning stage 2.
Yeah, I don't know that that's NASCAR's choice, unfortunately.
Yeah, Chicago probably said, "Hey, start this shit early."
He's right on Chase Briscoe. Reddick just has a little more pace compared to the 19 car. Briscoe was able to save before. Remember Pocono?
Ty Dillon's in the pits.
Hey, our guy on Slack, Kyle Benjamin, pointed out that Barbie's marketing choices for this race, $30 to $40K for banners at the track, and then insisting that they're on Cody Ware's car. Arby's trying to give everybody the meats this season.
Yeah,
that's cool to see. Like Arby's is diving in with McDonald's and sponsoring heavy as a fast food restaurant.
And so is Wendy's.
Sure, yeah, Wendy's. Yep, yeah, Wendy's is.
They kind of gave up on Ryan Blaney just hit pit road and is out and away.
I'm on commercial break. I can't see anything.
Really? Because we're not on split screen? That's weird.
It says TNT commercial break in progress.
Huh. The Giz is in third. He got by Hamlin.
Unless I'm severely behind.
He got by Hamlin as well. No, you're good. You're caught up. You're just on. I know what you're talking about with TNT.
I can switch to the international feed and see what's going on.
There you go. Underlay.
I'll just do that.
Oh, I know what you're using. I'm using
now we are on commercial break.
I wouldn't say it earlier when Neff was asking me what I was watching. I'm like, I'm not going to say.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not going to say either, but I know what you're using.
So here we go. This is the dream setup. Van Giz gets up here to the front, gets by Reddick, gets next to Briscoe. They wad it up. Reddick slides underneath to grab the victory, and we have another unique winner.
You're just playing.
SVG is just catching these guys, and he's going to make quick work of them here.
He's not.
The scores. Oh, yes,
he's not. He hasn't made quick work of anybody yet today.
He made pretty quick work of Hamlin.
Polar Nights. That's
funny. Took him like 4 laps for Hamlin.
Well, he's going to catch him at 20 to go, and that knowledge, he's going to get by him before the race ends.
As a barber, I love this. I can see every stage of beard growth.
You will see.
Plus,
these guys don't have the fuel.
I saw him behind McDowell for multiple laps, and he ended up losing the stage.
Yeah, McDowell was strong, though, start of the race. again, sadly, he's not going to be able to finish.
Trenton, were you around for my explanation? Because you talked about me being on the chaos bandwagon. My explanation of my dream scenario for the final race.
You mentioned briefly earlier when I asked about Team Chaos, but you didn't go into your whole theory on it.
Yes, final race of the season. So we're at Phoenix or wherever we end up. Qualifying gets rained out. So your first four cars are the top four guys in the final. Green flag comes out. They go into turn one. The guy on the pole loses it, slides up, and takes all three other guys with him. Wads all four of them into the wall on the first lap. We spend 3/4 of the race watching the teams in the garage area trying to fix the cars so they'll get back out and compete for the championship. That's my dream scenario of the championship. We forget about the whole race. We spend an hour and 2 hours and 45 minutes on garage cams. Like the stage ends, they put up the stage results, but we're watching them working on the championship cars.
That would be sick. That would be sick. I'm not going to lie.
That is my dream scenario, that they will finally go, you know what? This is a really stupid way to choose a champion. Let's stop doing this. That's my dream.
There's Alex Bowman in a pit road.
FYI, he's not catching them at 20 to go.
Who's not?
Van Gisbergen.
He's a second behind.
It's 21 to go, and he's still freaking on second and a half behind.
Yeah, 20 laps. 20 laps.
He will catch them within 20 laps. Wyatt said he's going to catch them.
He's already there.
He's not catching them at 20 to go.
No. It's 20 to go, and he's behind him now.
21 to go, and he's a second and a half back.
This track is massive.
What are you talking about? I'm watching SVG on the back of Reddick right now.
Yeah.
2.14 miles.
Coming in 19 to go, SVG on the back bumper, already a Tyler Reddick.
Okay. Those of us on Planet Streaming are at 21 laps to go.
I'm at 19 to go.
I'm at 19 to go.
You said he would catch them at 20 to go. You said he'd catch them at 20 to go. And right now he is 1.8 seconds back at 20 laps to go.
Once he passes Reddick,
he did not catch them at 20 to go, was my whole point.
Brock is absolutely correct.
Whole point.
He's there.
Yeah,
Brock's in New Zealand and he's even ahead of me. Dig that crap. Brock's watching.
He's also ahead of us in time wise, so it's Monday for him.
Well, yeah, technically for him, the race ended 24 hours ago.
Brock's in the future. Brock is looking into the past.
Hey,
imagine that.
Pusher, Zane Smith close on their battles too. Here comes SVG down the bottom of 7, and he's through on Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, he's on fly now. Yeah, he's already taken off. He is gone. He is gone.
He just left Tyler Reddick in the dust.
I told you, once he gets around Reddick, he's gonna be flying.
Chase Briscoe's gonna stand no chance against the 88.
Hell no.
He's about to sweep this race.
Can we reflect on the first Chicago street race and how Justin Haley almost upset SVG? Remember how that almost happened?
That was so stupid too. How they ran that. But you know what? SVG deserved that win.
Yeah.
Well, Bell was good. Bell was good that day too. Reddick was good, and SVG just outclassed them all. And he's about to outclass them again here. As long as there's no mistakes, still sunny out here with 18 to go, no weather in sight.
Look, I know people want Chicagoland to come back, but I love this track. It is so fun to watch.
Why?
It's gonna be cool to.
Why?
It's gonna be cool to. No. It's gonna be cool to see them move this around. I think, though. I think Chicagoland does come back.
Explain to me why this is fun to watch.
Because it's in the middle of a city. It's stock car racing in a city on real roads.
There's passes going on. What are you talking about?
There's cars there.
There's passing.
They're out for the weekend.
Grumpy old man at its finest again.
There's passing zones. I mean, this is the purest form of
this street race is horrible.
This is more fun than Sonoma.
Where did our sport come from? Cars on roads going fast.
What
is this?
Going around hay bales.
I will disagree on that.
Running in fields going around hay bales. They were nowhere near roads when they started.
It was a street and a beach. Get it right.
I'm talking about the moonshine runners.
Before Daytona ever happened, they would go to people's farms, set up hay bales, and run around them. That was what they.
I'm talking about
on the outside. He's going to probably make the cut here for the good run.
I'm talking about the moonshiners who were outrunning the cops. The roots of our sport.
And they weren't running through cities. They were nowhere near cities. They were running through the mountains.
Guys, we got a battle right now for the lead at 17 to go, going in a turn 4.
Because I'm at 18 to go.
Around turn 5, and now SVG getting the run towards turn 6.
SVG, the Intimidator.
And yes, Brock, they were running on roads in mountains, the Kiwi, nowhere near large cities.
The Kiwi-dator.
But they were roads, real roads, like they're on right now.
Real roads.
It's a real road.
I'll give you that.
This is a real road.
They didn't have a single manhole cover in any of them. I'll promise you that.
One mistake by Briscoe, and it's over.
There were no street lights. There were no crosswalks.
Briscoe is keeping it tight, though.
SVG's there. SVG's
Dives in a 10. Can't get there, though.
God, he drives it in so deep.
Oh, he's driving it way deep into the last turn.
That's the final lap. That's a bumper.
I thought he was going to get the bumper right there.
If this was 3 to go, that'd been the bumper.
15 to go. Or 16 to go.
There it is. He's there. He's there.
He's there. He's going to go outside, but he's going to get the good cut on Briscoe into this corner. There's the move.
There he is. Drag racing. Mike, how do you not like watching this? This is beautiful.
Because I'm 3 laps behind you guys. I'm not watching anything right now. I'm watching him follow Chase Briscoe around.
To the lead.
But when you watch it, how do you not think this is beautiful?
That was clinical by SVG getting by. And now he's going to set his sails to the lead. Oh, no, we got a caution.
No, he didn't.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Wow. As they go to commercial.
SVG makes the pass, but the caution is now out on the track. As they go to commercial.
Wouldn't that be great if they put him back in second? That would be hilarious.
No, he had the lead before it came out.
By the way,
this just means he's only
SVG had.
I'm on board with you, Brock. Let's run a road course on a dirt road. I'm down for that. Sign me up.
Hey, let's do it.
Always down for the dirt racing.
I mean, they got some.
I said I want to see him run. I want to see him run a race around 485 around Charlotte. every time you make a lap, you have to pit to get gas. You can't make 2 laps.
Look at that fog. You see that fog?
It's Mike. I do want them to do a street race in Charlotte and call it the Queen City Grand Prix.
Is that
I want nothing
to
ever do with a street race with stock cars.
Trenton, you see the fog?
Yeah, I see it. I hope that's fog and not smoke. Hope something didn't just blow up.
I think that's fog. That's fog. That's not smoke.
Jeez, that's
blacker and thicker. Fog.
Like some kind of whatever blowing up, like power center or something.
I got Pocono 2016 throwbacks.
Jesus, Hamlin's group behind the top 5 is so far back on the pace laps. That's crazy.
Well, now this opens it up. Does somebody come in and take tires here, or will this I'm wondering what the caution is for.
Yeah, that would be really nice to get an explanation of that.
I mean, is it fog because of the? I mean, because they showed the fog.
I don't think it's far. It's not at the track yet. It's on the.
I know, but like I didn't like. I mean, on what I'm watching, they're just riding around under yellow. They're not really showing anything but the fog with the fog earlier.
Showing Tidal on my screen right now. I'm
Same.
I'm about to open up Twitter.
All right, I still got it open.
The Brian Timothy Dale Nolan. Why the caution is for a spectator medical emergency. Needed ambulance removal. It will cross the front. Oh wow, that is a strange caution.
Yeah, Bozy tweeted
from Peter Strata.
Bozy tweeted a picture of the ambulance too, leaving.
Peter Strata with the tweet there. Caution for spectator medical emergency, and the ambulance needs to cross the front stretch. So that is the reason we are under caution.
Yeah, Bozy has a picture of the ambulance going onto the track.
Wow. Well, hopefully that fan's okay. It's a hot day down there in Chicago. I'm showing the fog once again.
Yeah, there's probably some
HIPAA
reason they wouldn't show the ambulance.
That's that weather we might have been talking about a little bit.
Won't that be fun? At like 7 to go, they decide to bring them in and put rain tires on, and total chaos breaks out. That'd be stupid.
Looks like it's going to the water. Doesn't look like it's coming towards the track.
We're very close to the weather coming. And also, about to say, a lightning strike could also change everything if there is lightning in the area.
If we get rain, it's probably just going to be cold. It's 15 laps to go.
No, it's not going to be cold.
Why would
we
you
have
call
like
it?
5 hours? We have 5 hours in the day.
We have 5 hours till it gets dark.
We have 5 hours. They're going to run this thing.
5 hours to run 15 laps?
Absolutely. Plenty of time. Again, kudos to NASCAR for moving this up.
Ty Dillon gets his lap
I'm
back.
still wondering is who's going to come in and take tires here? If anyone.
No, Molly, there's other tracks where medical emergencies happen. It's just that this is a street course, so it has to cross. They have to cross the track to get to it. Usually at a normal track, you can just go to the grandstands.
We have had it at normal tracks too. They've had to do it at Bristol and at Martinsville. That they've had to transport people out of the infield, and they put a caution out so they could get the ambulance across the track.
Tyler Reddick into pit road along with others. Reddick from second.
Well, Reddick was having the battle fuel anyway, so that makes sense for him to come in.
Yeah, there's not enough time and cautions for him to really capitalize on fuel save, and his tires were going out.
Yeah, he's gonna get some spots back. He ain't gonna get all the way up there though.
He drew some people in, but what makes you sad?
I think they have pickleball courts in Grant Park now.
They probably do. I don't know.
That's horrible.
I have no clue. I've never been there. And here's the weather radar.
I used to play softball there.
You know what would be funny? The rain comes and we have overtime. Oh, God.
Did you get to watch any of the F1 race today? Speaking of rain coming,
what a great race. Nico Hulkenberg.
I watched the highlights.
If y'all check out frontstretch.com, you can find my sidebar on Nico Hulkenberg getting his first ever podium.
His first ever podium.
I will say, watching the highlights of that race, that's the most passing I've seen in an F1 race in forever. Just watching those highlights, I was hey, they should pass.
It was something. Silverstone's an amazing track. It's probably one of the best tracks. That is an awesome.
I'd say that's the best Formula One track.
You mean it's not Monaco?
Hell no. Get out of here. Get
With
out.
the yachts.
That's the worst. That is the
Monaco
worst.
is the Monaco is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway of Formula One. It's all about the spectacle.
Passing.
It's got nothing to do with the racing.
There's no
up until recently. There was
parade.
no passing at Indy either.
There hasn't been a pass for the lead at Monaco since what, 1990? During green conditions? During green and dry conditions? Something like that. I've heard it before. Don't quote me though.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no one's passing the green for the win at Monaco in like 40 years or something.
It's been a while. It has been a while. Hi, Jason.
Not in my life.
Glad to have
Not
you.
in my lifetime.
Better late than ever, Jason.
So is this the Jason that played in the NBA?
Reese Smith, come on, SVG. Well, SVG is going to lead them back to green here as we are 2-2 again. Toyota pace car gets out of the way with 13 to go. SVG, Chase Briscoe.
Good Lord, look
on
at
the
all
front.
The crap on the track.
Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger are the top four, and we're back under green.
Gibbs is
Ty
aggressive.
Gibbs gets an excellent restart.
Gibbs
He's
is
going to get in front of his teammate. Briscoe's going to look on the inside, probably dive it in. But he does not have the tires.
I love watching this.
Here we go.
Idea what the hell's going on.
Cody, I think that's Cody Ware. I'm not sure.
They straighten it out.
Austin Cindric has a flat tire. He's going slow. Oh, Joey Logano spun around into the wall. And another one is Ricky Stenhouse around.
Who's that? I can't tell what car that is.
That's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Cindric running slowly with a flat tire as they continue to race.
Stenhouse may bring out a caution. I don't know if he can get back around.
Gibbs is second. Might have another.
Bubba Wallace battling Chase Briscoe right here.
That's for the top 5, I think. But Briscoe has the low line. He's going to get it. Ryan Priest, top 10. Kyle Larson. We haven't said his name much. He's there.
Priest is good on road courses.
Somebody has it. I think Junior just said they haven't moved yet.
Yeah,
Ricky has not moved at all. He has a broken toe link. It's going to be a caution here.
He can't go anywhere.
No, he's moving now.
Okay, good.
No, he's gonna pull. Great, good job.
You gotta. That's good awareness right there.
He pulled into the opening in the track, so we stay green.
That's good awareness on him.
SVG and Ty Gibbs are your top 2.
Does Ty Gibbs get his get back here?
Chastain got around 2 there, but he hit the tire barrier and kept going. I misspoke there. I saw a red car. Oh wow, big lockup. That was by Ricky. Was that Ricky? Oh no, I was Austin Cindric with a big lockup. There's the weather in the background.
Jason said it best.
Big stack up there. Wow.
He hasn't put it. Gibbs is less than a second behind SVG.
Yeah, but he's got to get to his bumper. You know he's going to do something. And Cindric's around. It stopped. It's caution's out. Cindric was moving slow that whole time.
Caution is out for Austin Cindric. You gotta get your overreactive Larry Mack impression going.
The weather. Dark clouds overshadowing the Chicago skyline now.
This is gonna be good, boys. This is gonna be good.
We're about to have a wacky finish out here in Chicago.
Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger, 1, 2, 3.
Cody Ware is 11th. What?
Catherine Legg is 21st.
Can I explain something to you right now? Flipping street race. That's why Cody Ware's 11th. That's why I hate this crap.
He's getting the meats. He's after the meats.
You're mad that he's getting the meats.
I'm mad that Cody Ware is able to run 11th in a race. This is almost
skill issues.
Crap that
he ran 13th at Atlanta, so you hate Atlanta then.
I just said that's almost as bad as in the crap they run at Atlanta right now.
Then he finished third at Daytona in like 2 years ago.
Yeah, Jason, he almost won at Daytona when half the field got wiped out. So I wouldn't put it past him getting a win in some wacky fashion.
I'm not even talking about that race, but yeah, he finished sixth at Daytona there. He finished third at Daytona, third or fourth or so. He finished top 5 at Daytona last year when Burton won. The Meats car. Can we get a Meats top 10?
Hey, look,
he's 27-1.
We need to get Arby's to sponsor this too. They're throwing money at everybody. Let's get Arby's on this show. We already got the red layout, so we just need an Arby's logo on it.
Oh my! I mean, SVG's probably, unless I'm about to say Ty Gibbs with them though. I don't know if you're Ty Gibbs, but also with AJ Allmendinger third, you got to take the outside now. If this was Chase Briscoe on the ends, I think you still take the ends. You take right behind SVG, and I think Ty Gibbs is just going to run him so deep into one. It's about to get stupid. Denny Hamlin is 4.
Matter though. Where they have
Hamlin's
the stupid restart zone, it doesn't matter. Whoever is the control car has such an easy cruise to the lead. It's ridiculous.
I would say it'd be easy, but Zilich was the control car in the Xfinity race and lost it to SVG.
I mean,
I can't answer that because I didn't get to watch the Xfinity race because Judge Judy was on.
Yeah, you gotta get a. Go ahead.
Can we get some props for Catherine Legg? She's 22nd, and the Live Fast car.
If she gets a top 20, maybe a top 20 or 15, maybe.
Props to her because she outqualified Corey Heim.
Corey Heim had a broken toe link.
Why do you have a broken toe link? Because it's a stupid stock car race on a street course. Thanks again.
Skill issue. Skill issue.
It's not a skill issue. He's also never run this.
The guy that
I'm almost sure he has never ran this course.
Catherine Legg is ahead of Chase Elliott right now.
Almost every truck race.
Is she?
Catherine Legg, yeah. Catherine Legg's ahead of.
She's behind him on my pylon.
No, like I just on the before they went to the highlight thing, like the cars that went by, she was ahead of the 9 on the track.
Okay. Maybe. We'll see.
All right, Jason Williams with the opinion that it's a bad design by NASCAR.
Is not a bad design.
Is that the car or is that the track?
It's not at all. It's a great design, I think.
A horrible design.
This is I'm about to say this is more fun than Sonoma.
This track and Coda are the two best road courses we have.
This track's better than the Roval, than Sonoma has ever been. And honestly, in this generation, Watkins Glen.
It beats all the other road courses we used to go to as well. Like Road America, like
this beats
Are you drunk?
No, this actually
Road America is the greatest road course in the country.
I'm talking about
it's 4 miles long, and they get strung out by 5 seconds.
It does not have the legacy of Road America, but it is
all sorts of passing opportunities.
It's better racing than we ever saw at Road America.
This is you're drunk.
I'm not.
Road America's amazing.
It takes.
If I'm drunk, then I'm drinking Crown Royal, and I'm happy.
No, his Road America comment about it being
it takes like 15 minutes to go 1 lap under caution there.
Yep, and yet when they throw a caution in a NASCAR race, it's still 7 laps. Go figure it out.
I'm about to say I don't really care about the caution length. It's just quality of racing here has been better.
This race and Coda are the 2 best road courses.
Outside of SVG,
I can agree with that.
Who have we seen passing? There's been hardly any other passing during the race. Aside from restarts.
Go 30 laps back and see what the top 10 looks like.
Aside from restarts, what have we seen?
This is Ryan Preece passed somebody. Freaking.
I mean, Denny Hamlin started.
Denny Hamlin started at the back and he's 4th. Like
Bubba Wallace started at the back.
We have comers and goers.
How
many passes did they show?
The entire Hendrick team started at the back.
Seen any
Larson
of them.
is 8th, Bowman is 10th.
Haven't seen any of the passing.
I don't know why you're upset.
Because this is horrible.
This is great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Except for the leaders.
The leaders are passing. What are you talking?
The only leader passing is Van Gisbergen.
Then how did Larson and Bowman get to 8th and 10th from starting in the back?
Again, I understand they moved up, but we haven't seen a pass. They haven't shown a pass. So
is that on the
great racing has there been when you haven't seen it?
I don't know. Ask the camera crew why they haven't put it on there.
So how do you think this is great racing when you haven't seen it?
Because what they've shown has been great racing.
They've shown great racing. I don't know what else to tell you.
Everybody.
I mean, it's either SVG or Ty Gibbs winning, so it's understandable if you.
AJ's there too. AJ's there too. So
AJ is there.
Yeah, Allmendinger can pull this off. Don't underestimate Allmendinger sailing it in deep to make a pass.
Bubba Wallace 6th, Priest 7th. Although they just chose, so it's SVG the leader, Ty Gibbs 2nd.
Three cars that started in last are in the top 10. One of them's in 4th. You don't get there by not
take him back to the porch.
I'm the old man, Jason. I get to be here. If it wasn't for me, this wouldn't have gone on today because nobody else was here.
I just saw your private chat. LOL. So here we go. SVG on the inside, Ty Gibbs on the outside.
Gibbs is going to be aggressive as hell right here. He's not going to let him go anywhere. Denny Hamlin and AJ are literally locked.
Oh, and they touch on the restart. SVG gets the launch and away, but is Ty Gibbs going to send it deep on him for that touch?
AJ's going after Gibbs now. Look at AJ just zigzagging.
AJ zigzagging, trying to find a way. Ty Gibbs not quite there. And Allmendinger fighting for third with Denny Hamlin. Allmendinger will have the inside. He's touching for Ty Gibbs.
Wyatt's in announcer voice. Here we go.
Almost gets there.
Yeah, I didn't know we were gonna have Wyatt announcing this.
I love when Wyatt goes into announcer voice because it gets deeper and he tells you what's going on.
This is the front stretch cast right here.
Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, the top 5. Priest moves up to 6th.
Gibbs is still less than a second behind SVG.
You know what really
it's a considerable gap though.
It is, but he's not checking out yet. He hasn't checked out. SVG like
going to warm up.
Yeah, he spins the tires, gets a little loose on a corner. Gibbs will be there.
Tyler Reddick's moving back up through with fresh tires.
You know what sucks? We haven't seen the burn bar all day.
There's no. That's an Amazon thing. That's an Amazon
Prime thing.
Ryan Priest going for 5th here.
We haven't seen
Ryan Priest. He's
contact.
Contact. Briscoe way wide. He has a flat.
Does he have a tire down?
He's got a tire down, I think. And now Tyler Reddick working on Kyle.
Oh yeah, his front right looks like it's down.
Flat. And he's got the whole track to go.
Van Gisbergen took the lead on the restart. Woo!
You know who did that to start the race? Michael McDowell did.
Ross Chastain working on Kyle Larson now. John Hurt Nemechek right behind him as well. Chastain not going to get there.
I miss old Ross, man. I want old Ross back.
You might get him in turn 6 possibly, but not quite there.
Hocevar
back in the top 10.
Hocevar has taken Chastain's thunder a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Briscoe's out of the top. And here comes Nemechek looking to the bottom. He's looking for a top 10 right now. We have him on through the gears there.
6 and 7th. Wallace and Bowman are matched up in the bracket, and they are 6th and 7th right now.
If y'all listen to my alternate, Ryan Priest top 5 is on right now. He's like 8. He was 18-1 at the start of the race. Nemechek went wide and he lost a couple spots.
Wallace, he's trying to take that spot away.
It's actually Bowman trying to take. I think Bowman's trying to take that spot away. Actually,
yeah. Bowman gets ahead of Wallace. He's ahead of him in the bracket.
Oh, Denny Hamlin up to third. Denny Hamlin just got by Allmendinger.
Reddick is trying to get by Bowman too with that battle. Reddick's inside of.
He's got Bowman.
Yep.
Bowman or Reddick to seventh. That is. With 7 to go.
Briscoe has a flat tire.
Yeah, he's had a flat tire.
Yeah, I know. I just got to see it. Thank you very much.
Oh, Bubba got a little
I think Bubba in the wall. I think he hit the wall a little bit.
I just saw him wiggle. I don't know if he hit the wall.
Well, now the two 23-11 cards side by side in a 6. Reddick's going to try to out get him here. Reddick's going to have the line.
There's a fucking tire carcass on the exit of that corner right there.
Where?
Hey, now. Language.
Like coming out of I'm sorry. That exit of turn 7, I think.
And 45 will get through to 6th. Next is Ryan Preece.
Oof.
Oh, man, they're going to be side by side. Oh,
contact.
There's contact. More contact with Chastain, too, and Larson.
Oh,
and he's going to send him. They're backing everyone up here. 3 wide into 1. It's going to be, he's going to send him in again.
Oh.
Bubba's gonna wreck his ass, man.
Mike, how can you not love this right here? How can you not love this, Mike? This is beautiful.
I'm 2.5 laps behind you.
Oh shit! Is he the one? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
He spun him. He spun Bubba on the front stretch on that straightaway. Oh my gosh! And Kyle Busch has passed them all.
And you know what? They're going to act like that had to do with the bracket when it did not have to do anything with the bracket. That between Bowman and Wallace right there, that had nothing to do with the bracket, but they're going to hype it up like it did.
Oh my gosh. Well, they were just heavy racing there.
So I just got to see the effing tire carcass.
Oh,
that's how far behind
I didn't even see the tire carcass, honestly. Hey, where did Austin Hill come from?
Now you have Bell and Larson making contact.
Austin Hill, Dalton Hopkins called him for a top 10. He's right there.
He came from RCR. He's good.
Side by side, Bell and Larson. These two guys, and Hill's there. Almost pushed them both. Now Hill to the bottom, going in the final turn.
Hill is a good road. Austin Hill is a good road course racer.
Absolutely, he is. He was 17-1 for a top 10. And now Larson getting challenged by Logano.
I love how the scoring still shows Bubba. Okay, he's flipping out. I love how the scoring showed Bubba still in the top 10.
For us, yeah. Yeah, it has to.
Logano locked it up there.
Finish. So now Bell to the top 10. Austin Hill's going to fight for it there, but we have 5 to go and still a second gap for Gibbs and Van Gisbergen. That was crazy. That was so crazy.
Backwards.
Brock, Bubba didn't mess that up. That was Bowman and Bubba messing each other up.
Bowman just wrecked them. Oh, yeah. Trouble for Bell. Austin Hill just wrecked Bell. Austin Hill got into Bell. Moved Hill to the top 10.
This race just got drunk.
It got drunk. And now here comes Blaney on Zane Smith. Still got a line of cars there battling while it's quiet up front.
And SVG is still only a second ahead of Ty Gibbs.
But Gibbs is not gaining at all, really.
No, I'm just saying if SVG has an issue, Gibbs is there. Bubba Wallace is down to 26.
Gotta hand it to Larson side by side through multiple corners. That was nice.
Yep, 2/10 up, and Reddick's through to 4th. I don't think Reddick's not gonna be able to make it. He needs a caution. Nemechek and Elliott are close on their matchup too. They just showed it.
Yeah, 15th, 16th.
He was 1 second faster than the leader. Reddick is flying.
Yeah, Reddick came in on that. Reddick came in on that last caution and got tires.
Reddick's going to get to third at least.
If there's a caution, it's Reddick.
Well, if it's a caution, it could be rain.
Caution, it's going to be Reddick. It sounds like someone wrecks and they restart.
I don't think they're going to call the caution for rain though.
Hey,
no, I'm saying if we just have a caution, if someone wrecks, then Reddick's going to have the newest tires.
We got to buy Trenton some oil for his chair. I keep waiting for somebody to walk in the door because I keep thinking the door's opening and closing.
You don't like that?
I didn't like it.
My office chair ASMR for you.
Hey, McDowell's up to 32nd.
3 to go, Woo! And now Reddick on the back of Hamlin. He's going to have to get by his boss, Denny Hamlin here. Is Hamlin going to oblige? I think he will, yeah. I think he's letting him go into 2. Good move by the boss man, Denny Hamlin. Now Ty Gibbs in second. He's lost more time to Van Gisbergen, but he needs the points.
So do we think Bubba and Bum are going to fight after this?
No.
Oh, I would love to see it. Yo, remember when Bubba threw freaking water in his face? Yeah. Remember that?
There are people who still hold on to that as not like Bubba. They're like, he threw the water in Bowman's face after a race. Okay,
I forgot about that until just now.
Ooh, he threw water in someone's face. Let's hate the guy.
Is Catherine Legg in the top 20 legitimately? Wait a minute.
I
think she is.
I wouldn't call it legitimate. I would call it a street race for stock cars.
On pace.
Yeah, she's 20th behind Busher and Ware.
Oh my gosh. Catherine Legg could get a top 20.
Hurst is 17th behind the road course GOAT Chase Elliott.
Well, we might be talking about the road course GOAT Shane Van Gisbergen now because we're coming to 2 to go and he is setting sail.
Here, I have a question for y'all. Here's a quick question. However long SVG's in Cup, does he break Jeff Gordon's road course win record?
Probably.
In Cup.
If he stays in for
depends on how long he stays in Cup.
That's
There's more road courses these days, so
yeah.
If he stays in Cup, yeah, you're having way more than 2 a year. So yeah.
Well, people thought that about Chase Elliott, but the next gen comes around and he stalled out and didn't keep winning them.
I'm about to say the next gen isn't going away for a good minute though.
Say SVG has another 3 years in Cup or so that he could break it.
Reddick in third. He's going to move on Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, if we get it, okay, it's about to be 1 to go. I was gonna say the yellow flag has to fly now, but I was gonna say if we don't get a caution, he ain't gonna get there. But if we
major 2 seconds behind, SVG's got it right now. He has to make a massive mistake.
It was last year when Reddick was trying to chase down Bowman, wasn't it?
Yep. Reddick's going to run out of time again for a second year in a row, and I felt like it was going to happen again.
No, if we get a caution,
it's going to be Reddick and Gibbs second and third probably for the second year in a row.
If we had a caution, Reddick is going to win this race, but I don't think we're going to get one. I think.
Oh, we might! Oh, Cody Ware to turn 6! Throw it out! Put it out! Put it out! Put it out!
I jinxed it.
No,
I jinxed
put
it.
it out, NASCAR. Put it out. No, they're on the
it's 1 to go. It's 1 to go.
It's 1 to go. It's 1 lap to go.
The no caution.
No caution. It's 1 to go. The race is official. They're all just running for second. SVG got bailed out there.
Cody Ware almost altered. Cody Ware almost altered. There's the caution.
The race is over.
I called it just 1 lap too late.
They could have called it though.
I get why they didn't. I get why they did it.
Why?
They didn't want to alter the finish with it being so far away. Take the white flag, throw it in.
Goddamn race they run.
So much time though. There's so much time to race, though.
Have we not seen the caution flag flying 20 feet before the start-finish line in order to get a
R.I.P. Parker Kligerman.
We have, and they just
Parker Kligerman,
and they fixed the issue by not doing it this time.
They've never fixed it before. They did it now because they want SVG to win.
With where it happened.
Caution. Caution.
No, I don't think so.
That's that should have been a caution much quicker.
If he had just been like halfway from it, yes. But one turn to go, like let him take the white and throw the yellow.
The field, Cody Ware was running.
Why do you do it all the other times?
16th though.
They shouldn't. That's all
the other.
Cody Ware was running 16th though. Like he was in the middle of the field. He wasn't in the back.
I will say this: I'm very thankful about the fact that I'm in commentary this week.
They had time to not throw it and let him take the white and let
Austin
this play
Hill
organically.
Moved to 9th. Austin Hill gets his first top 10 finish. Ty Gibbs finishes second. Tyler Reddick finishes third, and we hit on a winner on Through the Gears with SVG. So I'm okay with this.
Kyle Busch top 5.
SVG wins at Chicago.
So the streak continues
and
Ty
sweeps.
And Kyle Busch are only 2 drivers to get a top 10 in all 3 Chicago races.
Congrats to our New Zealand watcher, Brock. Your guy wins again.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Brock.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I agree with you, Jason.
I don't. I think with how close they were, to the flag versus where it happened, there was a good no call.
Parker Kligerman had.
Yeah, Parker Kligerman would like to debate that statement.
I would like to bring Parker Kligerman into the.
I would too. They shouldn't have done it for him. That's my argument. And they did it what they should have done here. Like this is the right thing they should have done. Especially on a road course.
Shane Van Gisbergen wins. Ty Gibbs second. Tyler Reddick third. Denny Hamlin fourth. Kyle Busch recovers to a top 5 finish. AJ Allmendinger 6th. Ryan Preece 7th. Alex Bowman 8th. Austin Hill 9th. And Ross Chastain is your top 10. Guys, that was a banger. We called it no rain. We finally did it. No rain at a Chicago race. It took an early caution or a late caution on the white flag lap. That could have been called in 2 to go. But we digress. There'll be plenty of commentary on that on plenty of our podcasts going on. Guys, what a race. Awesome race to be at. Thank you all for joining us today, and we'll catch y'all on the flip side. See you later.